Welcome to Mediumship Sparks, where we connect more deeply with spirit and source and follow the sparks of insight and inspiration that bring us greater awareness, healing, and just more flow into our lives. I'm Noelle, Deane, intuitive medium, licensed therapist, and your host. A quick note before we begin: this podcast is for educational purposes only and provides general information. It is not medical or psychological advice and is not a substitute for care from a licensed health professional. I'm so grateful we get to step into this together. Let's dig in. Today, we are spending time with my sister in spirit, Lisa. I was driving home earlier today and listening to some music. I had a sense that she was with me. So I was looking for a song that she would enjoy. I know 80s songs were coming up. And then she brought up her wedding song, At Last by Etta James. So I put her wedding song on, and I think she really enjoyed that and shared some stuff about the things that she misses from being here, specifically in her relationship with her husband. And we played it again, we sang, and the idea was birthed of doing things that would be, I want to say, a favor, but also a really positive experience for your loved one in spirit. We would all enjoy learning more about this. I asked her to go get some intel and to bring it back, and we would record. So here we are. She came up with having a love fest with your spiritual loved one. That's beautiful. So there are probably things that you're already doing that would have you think of your person or people in spirit. An example, using like a grandmother's recipe to make something that she would have made maybe many times. And the smell of it reminds you of her. The taste of it reminds you of her. And you're thinking about her a lot. And there's a pretty good chance that she is right there with you because you're telegraphing out to the universe about her and your connection with her. And those that we're connected with in spirit experience sensory input through their connection with us. So if you're smelling those onions, she can tune into you and smell the onions. You want them to have these experiences with you and thinking about them and doing these little things that could just be a hello, I love you to them, or my sister saying an emotional or sensory hug to them. Let's start with where we started, which is smells. Lisa's showing an example, smelling somebody's perfume if you still have their bottle of perfume. Other smells, she's saying freshly cut wood chips, if that would be something that that maybe was a part of their lifestyle or something that would have them reminisce in a positive way and feel sentimental about. Having some of their favorite foods. It's just occurring to me, she suggested that I make gnocchi for myself, and I don't really eat that, but I guess she really liked gnocchi. That's cute. I'll make some of that and make sure that I'm thinking of her when I'm eating it in an inviting way, so that she'll know that I'm doing something for her and to show up for it. And music, let's talk about music for a moment. So music from the generation that everybody was brought up in would be music they would be very sentimental about, most likely. That could be a beautiful thing to play for them. So like for my sister, it was her wedding song. Usually 80s music, I feel her come around if I'm going a little crazy in the car by myself. I get a sense of her being there with me. If she's in the car with me, that I tend to put 80s music on so that she can enjoy it. This one I hadn't really thought about. She brought up touch, and she was showing like touching your own skin and how they might be able to feel a part of that experience with you, but also like petting an animal. My sister was a cat person. It never occurred to me that maybe she would experience petting a cat through me petting my cat. My sister saying about also being very mushy with our cats. Definitely one of her signature moves. She also brought up about going to the beach, like the sand on your feet, maybe the sun is out, the water, feeling the coolness, maybe going swimming. I'm hoping that these are generating some ideas for you of who you want to have more of this kind of connection with. She's saying you could also consider it quality time together because they're not just a passing thought. You're doing an activity in honor of them. She's bringing up like the combo as an example. Something that we had done many times when we were younger is driving, music turned up, windows open, wind blowing in our hair, and just loving that. It's always a winner in my book. She was also bringing up about thoughts and expressing yourself. Thoughts could be maybe missing them, or there's something that you miss about them, or how much you love them, or qualities about them that you admire and miss experiencing. Also, memories, thinking about some times together that you enjoy, and they get to have that experience also, like reminiscing with you. Talking to them, just maybe suspending disbelief if you don't feel their presence and you're not quite sure. You could just talk as if, act as if. I do that too sometimes. I believe that when, let's say, my sister is around me, that I have a visual sense of her in my mind's eye. I don't physically see anything that tells me that. You know, when you can feel somebody's in the room or in the house with you, you just know you're not alone. An awareness that you have. She's bringing up speaking with other people about them, like talking about like the glory days or the good old times or these positive memories. And especially she's showing laughter, really enjoying even things that might have been hard at that time, but talking about them in a way like, oh my gosh, we were just so ridiculous when we did this, or how upset I got about that, or I couldn't believe she spilled peanut butter everywhere. Like something that even might have seemed pretty bad back in the day, but now you can just laugh about it. They would get to enjoy that. She's showing this very loving image of two people talking about some incident that happened that now is funny, and just laughing. And there's such a release about the laughter, especially when it's somebody that both you and the person that you're talking with may be still mourning or in a lot of grief. It's also a relief to the person on the other side to have a chance to see you laugh and to experience the joy of that with you, the release and the freedom of that alongside you. So just keep that in mind when you're feeling the grief and you're thinking of them. They're maybe right there alongside you, supporting you also, and also having compassion for you. She also was bringing up another point about gaining wisdom and maybe even feeling that from their perspective, they can still look out for you. So if you're not comfortable with that, or you haven't found something that you really connect with in that kind of way, a lot of people ask for signs. And that is a very powerful way to get answers and feel that connection and the synchronicity of all of us still being very connected. And that can be amazing. People ask for signs. I'm seeing like a rainbow, a stuffed elephant, whatever that first thing is that comes to mind, go with that. Maybe they gave you that visual of what that thing is because they know they can deliver on that. I'm seeing like a red rose, pink tulip. It's endless. It could also be something that you associate with them. That could also be a song. There are a lot of ways to get signs. It's not just visual things or physical things. I've heard people ask for signs for physical things, and then they end up seeing pictures of it on the internet, and they weren't searching for it. It's just organically showed up for them. And there's always the caveat of please don't dismiss that when it happens. In some ways, it still occurs in my mind like surreal to be this connected with people who have passed and are no longer in a body. We are so programmed to believe that they are unreachable and we are untouchable to them. And clearly that is not the case. But we have to remember to suspend our disbelief. So just as an example, if you ask for a sign, I'm seeing like a striped caterpillar. You see it. If you're like, no, that was too easy. Or maybe you have pictures on your phone of a striped caterpillar, and then you ask for a sign. If you think I should do this, or if it's a yes that you're here with me, please show me the striped caterpillar. And then you open your phone. This is how she's showing it to me. And then I have an iPhone. I don't know if it happens on the other phones, but it'll say memories from 2016. And then maybe that caterpillar just pops up. You might say, nah, that couldn't have been it. That was too easy. Or maybe I looked at that caterpillar earlier. It's so easy to discount that phenomenon because maybe it still seems surreal to you that you're that connected, that they are in certain ways still a very active part of your life. And you do what feels right to you, but I am really encouraging you to not throw away those opportunities to feel connected, to not just assume that they're a part of your life and that they're trying to support you, but to have a knowing that they are, because those things show up and you didn't create that. I've done all of that, just so you know. So I've doubted and doubted because it's natural to do that. And it's normal to not assume that we are like a radar for people on the other side. But good news is that we certainly are and can be. And if I can do it, please believe you can. From the bottom of my soul and root chakra, there's nothing special about me that I'm allowed to do this, or I can enjoy this in the way that I do. I've just spent the time working at it. That's it. So you have to figure this out for yourself and what you feel comfortable with. This is what she shared for today. She really wanted you to feel a bit more inspired, that you could do more if you so chose, to have more connection. She's reminding you that also includes pets or animals that you've known. Just thinking about them, if you want to call their energy to you in your own mind, like it's, oh, I miss you. I wish you were here. If you can just come next to me, I would just love that so much. And whether you feel it or not, it's still you reaching out to them. And maybe that just makes your heart feel a little softer and a little less grief-stricken when you have those moments. We all have those moments. I have those moments too. I'm having one right now. That's just part of being human. And sometimes it's easier to gloss over the sadness and the natural grief of those that have crossed when you focus on mediumship. I tend to do that because I am way more excited about the connection and the relationship that we get to keep. And I focus on that because that's the whole point of me opening my mouth about this stuff. But just know that I have that too. When I think about my cat Tiger and how long it's been since I've held him in my arms and kissed him and felt his fur, I can flash back to the memory of that very easily. It's right there for me right now, how soft his hair was. But it's not the same as cuddling with him or having him on my lap, no matter how much communication I work to have with him now. So I'm with you on that part. And let's focus on and celebrate the maintaining of the relationship that we really do have the opportunity to do, and still share our love with them and hopefully experience their love for us, because that is what it's all about. I wish that for you, whoever you're missing, that you find your way to feel more connected and loved in all the best ways possible. So if you have any questions you want my sister and I to answer, or anything you're pondering that you want to learn a little bit more about, and she'll go do the footwork apparently, because she did for this, please let me know. That would be such a joy to connect with you in that way, and then hear what's on your heart and see what we can do with it. Okay. Thank you to Lisa. And Lisa says, thank you very much for listening. Thank you so much for listening. And she's making a joke, a Terminator joke, that we'll be back. And we will, joyfully. So until next time, take care. Thanks for spending this time with me on Mediumship Sparks. If this episode resonated with you, please like it, subscribe, rate, and certainly share it with somebody else who could benefit. If you're interested in any support I might be able to provide as you navigate your spiritual path, please feel free to check out my offerings at connectingwithnoelle.com and reach out at mediumshipsparkspodcast@gmail.com. Take good care of yourself, and I'll look forward to being with you again soon.